can really tell it's the winter time when we have these lights that are washing me out, and I have no tan at all, and you can clearly see that with the lights. Hey guys, so today I'm filming a New Year's resolution type video, I guess. I've seen a few videos going around here on YouTube being titled like New Year, New Me. Maybe I will title it the same. I don't know, we'll see how this video goes. I kind of prepped for it. I mean, I wrote down a bunch of notes as to kind of what's been going on in my mind and what I want to change about my lifestyle for the new year. I was just trying to sleep one night and I couldn't, and I kept trying and trying. I was like trying to think of all these things that I want to be different. So I decided to whip out my journal and write down a bunch of stuff that was on my mind, and I did so, and now I'm here filming it for you. I'm absolutely freezing, so I have this big like wool amazing sweater cardigan from Forever 21 on, keeping me warm, and you could probably like tell with my nasal congestion. What kind of inspired me, or I guess motivated me to start making this video, was I was reading an article online, which I'm actually going to read a little blurb from it now, about kind of changing yourself, I guess. I don't really know what other words to put it in. I'll just kind of read it and hopefully you'll relate on some type of level, because it's a pretty like general statement. But it said, it's a part of human nature to constantly aspire higher and higher, to want to accomplish more and more and ultimately become a superior being to what you were in the past. That's a natural drive that makes us what we are, but there's also bad news. We like settling into ruts, and once we're there, it becomes difficult to fulfill our aspirations. They remain dreams that we never make come true, and the saddest part is that we can. We can do anything as long as we want to strongly enough. So, going on with that, I'm going to just kind of start with my list of things that I want to be different for myself for the year of 2017. It goes anywhere from a general statement to a more specific one. So starting with the first one, by the way, if I keep looking down, it's because I'm referring to my notebook. It's to not be such a social media addict. I feel like for the year 2016 especially, I mean, social media has just become such a huge, large part of a lot of people's lives. I mean, it is an important aspect as well, you know, with businesses and keeping in contact with people. There's a certain point where I feel like it's too much, and I feel like throughout high school and, you know, university, I was attached to my phone, always texting people, always on Instagram, which I have a whole video which I will link down below dedicated to how I thought Instagram was, quote, taking over my life, because I would have to make sure I got through my feed and, you know, keep up with everyone, and so is with so-and-so. Did you know this girl and this girl having beef? It's so exhausting to be constantly reminded of this stuff that goes on. You know, hearing things through the grapevine is a little bit different than just reading it or reading all these subtweets about people. It's like, why do we have to get to that level of social media? I just want to say that some of the best nights I've had recently, you know, towards the end of 2016, were with my phone put away, with myself being signed out of Snapchat, without having to check what other people are up to, or you know, people seeing what's up in my life, so what I'm doing. It's nice to kind of have that privatized, you know, part to yourself. You know, you're not publicizing everything. I could make social media a completely different video all on its own, probably a series. I could talk about it for forever. It's something that really does frustrate me, and I mean, there are parts to it that I like. Obviously, YouTube is a huge social media outlet, which I love. I love filming, uploading, editing, and I like watching it. I like seeing what other people's content is that they're putting out there that they're working hard on as well. So going on to the next point, a little bit different, is fitness. So fitness for me has always been kind of, it's kind of like a wave. I will hit a really high with it. I mean, I will work really hard at something, you know, start to see progress, and then I shut down, and it's like I don't go to the gym for a while. Or, you know, then there's like a middle where I sometimes go, or I'm only doing cardio, or only doing strength training, and I never had the balance. So I feel like in the new year, what I want to do more is definitely watch what I'm eating for sure, and being nutritiously aware, if that makes sense, of what's going in my body, but still having those, you know, treat moments and those times where you're going out with your friends and you go and get a dessert. There's a certain balance, and I feel like I always had a problem with trying to balance the two, you know, like making myself happy with fitness. And yoga is also something I want to, you know, attack again. I was into it for a while a few years ago, and then I stopped. Then I started going to the gym more, or I was in dance classes, and, you know, I stopped, and yoga was such a good it's not for everyone, but it's a nice, like, slow, relaxing, just breathing time of just de-stressing, and I loved that feeling. It was a good feeling. You know, for that hour or whatever, 45 minutes, you're just like detoxing, and it just feels, it feels different than just running on a treadmill. Someone who's also really into fitness is my younger sister, which you've seen on my YouTube channel before, and she is such an inspiration for sure, for fitness especially. She is my role model in a sense in the fitness world. She has taught me so much that I don't know, and I wouldn't know unless I went to go ask her. I mean, I could do the research by myself, but having her explain it to me just makes more sense sometimes. And, you know, having that mentor help you when you're at the gym is just a comforting feeling. The next point is to keep taking photographs, and I have loved taking photos since I got this Canon Rebel T3i camera years ago, and you know, with the iPhone quality and all that, everyone's always just taking photos now, and I want to continue doing that. I feel like so many people, especially girls, guys too, but get caught up in, oh, I don't look in that photo, oh, I look so large, or oh, your butt looks so good in it and mine looks, like, just so much of comparison. And it's like, just think about the moment it was taken in, like what was happening during that photo, what event was it at. It's those memories that matter so much to me, and you know, stay close to my heart, as opposed to how I per se look in a photo. Posting it on Instagram, you know, you want to look your best and show people, you know, this is how I look, but you know, keeping the photos as well, the ones that don't turn out, you know, the greatest or Instagram worthy ones, like just keep them. Just, they're memories and experiences that you're gonna wish you kept. Sometimes it's good to capture the good, the bad, and the ugly, believe it or not. The next point is to read more, and this is not only like romance novels or like dramatic novels or Kardashian books. Like, I want to read, of course, you know, leisurely books like that, but at the same time I want to read like more philosophical books and more about the world and the unknown that I don't know much about and I'm interested in. I feel like there's so much that goes on that I don't know that I want to know, and I've never taken interest per se in that sort. At least mine, transitioning years from high school to university, it's a lot about finding yourself, finding who you are, who you want to portray yourself as a person, and reading can help with that. I'm not saying a philosophical book will, maybe some other type of wisdom book, or you know, some mentor, you know, but I think that it's important for myself to do so for the year of 2017. Going along with reading, I want to write more as well. Not super formal papers or essays or anything of that sort, anything published for people to read, but for myself, like my own thoughts, whether it's lists, whether it's whatever is on my mind, whether it's something going to happen in the future or even the past. Like, writing is such a good outlet because you're just getting it all out on paper or whatever. If you're typing or a typewriter, whatever you use, it's just such a good, it's something so good to like spit up and throw on a platform, if that makes any sense, just to get it all out and feel like you've given it all. Something fun that I just want to do in 2017 is take a heels class, and I'm sure we've all seen on Instagram, you know, girls wearing their thigh-high heeled boots and just getting down to that music, and I feel like that is something that's always interested me for a while, and I just, again, never really attacked the idea. I wanted to go move forward with it, and thinking about it now, it's something I definitely want to consider trying out in the new year, and maybe even sticking with if I do like it. So now we're getting into the more deeper stuff, the stuff that's not so fun in general. So the first thing being to stop pleasing other people. It is so important to be happy and please yourself before you're trying to make everyone around you happy at the same time. You know, I've been in situations where you're just trying your best to do what's best for everyone else, and you put yourself on the back burner. And I feel like that's the complete opposite, and you yourself are more important to take care of before you take care of other people. That can be quite a heavy topic to talk about. It's something to keep in mind, and something that, you know, we're not always aware of what's happening at all times. Because in the end, you'll be the unhappy one if you're trying to make other people happy besides yourself. The next point is to maintain friendships. And I bring this one up because as I was away at school, I met, I kid you not, my lifelong best friends. The people I can see on my wedding day being there for me, being supportive, just being there for me through hell and back, pretty much. Being there for every moment, from when you wake up to go to bed. Now, I'm getting dramatic, but, you know, living in res, having people live right next to you, having a roommate, and just establishing like a new connection to these people, I think it's just so important that when you have that feeling of this is literally my best friend, or this person is so important to me, I do not want to lose them, that you work hard to maintain that relationship and strengthen it and help it grow, to not just toss it away, because those friends are the ones that are going to be there for you through it all. Distance can be hard with friendships too, especially if you guys don't live, you know, within like 20 minutes driving to one another. Having the social media come back into play, FaceTime them, Skype them, just send them a message asking how their day was. It's the smallest things that, you know, remind people like, oh, this person still cares about me. This person's still in my life. This person is wondering what I'm up to because they're my friend. The next point is to just stay positive and optimistic. And obviously this can be very difficult in times where, you know, we have those bad days. We have those days where it's just negative and it's not getting any better and you're like, ugh, it's one of those days. But turning those days around and just making it the best you possibly and physically can will make you feel better, I promise. You want to be that person in a group that it's like, if something's going on and, you know, it's all negative attitudes towards a situation, you want to be that person that's like, no, this will be turned around, or we can do this, or just having that person there that just can instantly make a situation better is also so important. One of my best friends, Megan, who's also been on my channel before, is that person. She's my friend that is the most positive out of anyone I know, and she will turn a situation around like that because that is her. It's her personality, and it's such a nice, beautiful quality to have, and so many people honestly are jealous of it because it's like people automatically are drawn towards those people that, you know, stay happy and are happy and, you know, can turn a situation around and make it better. The next point is to not run away from your problems. And it may sound childish to, like, quote, run away from your problems, but the problem will never be dealt with unless you deal with it. It will always be back there, and it's like, it will always be chasing you in a sense. It's never going to be solved, it's always going to be there. So just attacking it, getting it over with, whatever it is helping solve the running away from your problems. Whether it was a positive or a negative thing that, you know, you were running away from, you're going to be so happy it was dealt with in the end than wondering, you know, what happened, or just this always knowing, always wanting to know what happened feeling. And my last point is to just embrace change. And, you know, change means something unknown, and unknown things can be dangerous. However, in order to grow, change needs to happen. And change can be such a fearful and scary freaking thing that nobody likes. You know, it's like that comfort zone that people have and they don't go out of that bubble. And you never know what is outside that bubble if you just stay in this freaking bubble. That change may be good, that change may be bad, but you don't know unless you try and you move forward and, you know, you continue to do what you can in order to change things up. I think these videos are just some of my favorite to film because I love to just sit down and talk. I've, you know, always loved doing the beauty stuff and showing stuff on camera of like what I just bought or some beauty tutorial, but my favorite is to just sit and talk about whatever is on my mind. And I feel like so many people enjoy their job being on YouTube so much because they can have that outlet of just saying whatever, you know, just like spit out these words and make something of it. I definitely want to do a lot with my channel in the year of 2017, and, you know, I have ideas floating around in my head and being sorted out. But if you guys could also leave comments down below of what you're interested in. I'm kind of shying a little bit away from the beauty aspect and moving more into lifestyle. So I have a good mix of that on my channel. I hope everyone had a great 2016. And even if it wasn't your year, there's years to come. So even if 2017 isn't your year or 2018 isn't your year, maybe 2020 will be, maybe 2023 will be. You won't know until you get there. So to just be dreaming about, you know, this will be my year, or, you know, this is the year I'm gonna do, don't wait, just do. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.